Incoming transmission.
Picture this. A recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome, watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion on the 5th of February. I've got an Amiga classic for you. I'm going to let the intro play, so I shall be back in a few minutes after this. Check it out. So there you have it. Nice little intro, shows you who the different ones are. So let's have a look at this, starting a new game, or enter password. Now you can start with 2 players, or you can start with 1 player, and you see there it says select player 2, but we're actually selecting the CPU controlled person that will come with you. So this is cool. I love this game. It's just simplistic, all-out brawl fest, and well, yeah, it's a bit of a puzzler, I suppose, in some respects, because you've got to activate these pylons to be able to get to the next level, and there are keys which you will collect along the way which unlock various parts of the level. Without the keys you cannot progress, so you need to find all of them, and you'll see as we go the puzzle element is there. Now, I'm playing with the I'm playing as the guy with the golden gun, not James Bond, and I've got the I think it's the mercenary with me. He's quite cool, takes more shots than I can. There's one of the keys I was talking about, which unlocks that part of the forest, which is cool. The idea is basically to get the pylons, get to the next level, and move on. You can see that we have a lot of enemy players, and they drop coins. Now, the coins currency is used to unlock other players, as you can see with the start. You can only select a few. There are restart points that you will want to unlock, because if you don't unlock those, you're going to be teleported right back to the start if you happen to die, which, trust me, becomes very frustrating if you don't take up on that. Now you can see here the UI is very, very nice. You've got your character portrait on the bottom left, and your partner's UI is on the bottom right. This is a 2-player game, so you can bring a friend along and absolutely own this game, which is brilliant. I like 2 players. Having a game that's fun on 1 player and 2 player is just great. I'll run through the UI with you in just a moment. There's all your stuff that you've collected in that level. And you can see here, so you've got your portrait at the bottom left, how many lives you've got, your score, and oh, is that coins? Actually, might be. Yes, I think that's currency there. 940. And then you've got your special weapon, which you sort of build up, and to activate that, you hold down the fire button. Very easy controls, and nothing really to worry about. To activate the pylons, you've just got to find them and shoot them until they activate, which doesn't take many shots, to be fair. But yeah, so your currency, you've got gold and silver coins there, you can see, depends on what the enemy type is, or how generous they're being at the time. You can see that the keys do unlock the yin-yangs there. They basically unlock your restart points. Like I said, you're going to want to have as many of those as possible. So when you see them, do make use of them. Otherwise, you're going to just get frustrated and taken all the way back to a place you've already covered. So you want those as much as possible. Now, the difficulty of the game isn't that bad, to be fair. You may spend a bit of time wandering around trying to find where some of the keys have actually unlocked places. So there might be a bit of roaming around involved, but you know what? That's just such a minor niggle. I'm not even going to take points off for this game. There was a sequel to this, Chaos Engine 2, which, if I remember rightly, was nowhere near as good as this one, which is a shame. It's one of those rare games where the sequel is nowhere near as good as the original. Your CPU-controlled partner isn't too bad. They sometimes do have a tendency to sort of run off into trouble, and then you've got to sort of bail them out. But it doesn't seem to have any consequences if they run on ahead. The levels are nicely sorted out as well, nice and big. Lots of roaming to do. Maybe too big, I don't know. That's all down to the individual. From my perspective, they're just about right. It's just finding the different places that have unlocked. That's probably my only gripe, but it's not. Again, it's not even worthy enough to knock any points off, because the game is just pure fun. Now you see there, if your partner gets too far away, he will teleport himself back to you. So you haven't got any worries about running back and trying to find him. They will actually come back to you. So there's no problem there. So don't worry about running on ahead. They will just catch up with you. Lots of different creatures in the game. You can see here we've got frogs and we've got some sort of like clay golem type men. So that's your sort of bread and butter for the first few levels. You can see that you get power-ups as well that enable you to, it's like that one was like a scatter shot. Oops. There you go. There's our last restart point, which thankfully wasn't too far away from where we just were. But that was like a scatter shot. You can get sort of flame wreaths and all sorts of stuff. So it's worth activating them when you've got a lot of bother on the screen. Because trust me, these things spawn a fair bit. So you'll be wanting to save your specials for a crowded environment, shall we say. Now there is food available as well, so you can do that. There's nice speech in the game as well. A nice good soundtrack as well. Nice solid soundtrack to support the game while you're playing. That's always a good thing. You don't want anything that's going to sort of burn you out on the audio levels. And this game doesn't. It delivers on every single thing. Probably one of the best games that was released by the Bitmap Brothers. You probably remember them from the game Gods, which I will be covering as well at some point, because that was a cracking game also. Nice big sprites on Gods, which is weird because these are quite small, but that's fine because it works. It's like Alien Breed and meets Contra type thing. It's pretty good. So those are the pylons there. They do have hit points. You just got to be careful. Every encounter that you have and you hit, get hit. You'll take. There you go. It doesn't take many hits for you to die, depending on the character that you've chosen. I do believe that some characters are tougher than others. So just bear that in mind when choosing your initial characters. It doesn't really matter, because if you die, you can just start the game again with a different duo and see what works for you. Remember, this is just my opinions, so you know you'll find a different team at work, but this team works quite well. I'm quite pleased with this one. Now, some of the others are not available due to the fact you have to pay money to unlock them. But you really, the amount of money you get in this, it doesn't take that long. But yeah, you've got the Preacher and the others, which you can see are not present. We've got to get that pylon before we can unlock it, so I can't get down there yet. So you can see the puzzle element works really, really well, and it's not too frustrating. Not too much backtracking to be done. Now I'm going to guess that's going to lower down the ramp. There you go. But ladies and gents, this has been the Chaos Engine on the Amiga. I hope you've enjoyed the review today. Hello to new subscribers, great to have you along. Hello to existing subscribers, you guys are my bread and butter, so hello. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll be back very soon with a brand new review. You take care of each other, and I'll be back soon. Bye for now!